welcome back. My name is Nikki and I live with a lot of spirits. And I'm here today to introduce you to all my spirit family, be them human spirits or otherwise. Today we're going to be talking to Abigail. Abigail has the craziest story, and how I got her was the craziest story. I should mention, we have the music box on, that when the ghosts move in front of it, it makes music. We've got the EMF on, all phones are turned to airplane mode, so there should be no interference there. And we've got the cat balls, which they're really good at using. But of course, I'm going to be talking with my rods to the spirits. So the music box is when they want to say something. Shall we just see who wants to say something? Who used the music box? Elise? Elise, did you want to say hello? Elise, if you remember from last episode, is saying hello. Hello, Elise. Make the ball flash if you want to.
What is this?
Have attention. We're on GhostTube, and as we know, GhostTube sometimes spits out BS words. What is this? Did anyone say that? So no, that is a BS word. GhostTube spits out random nonsense. So we need
School.
Who said that? Was that Jovian? You talking about school? Are you talking about learning? Is this ghost school? We are in ghost school. We're learning all about the afterlife. That's right. I love it, Jovian. But today we're going to be learning Abigail's story. Okay, so this is the craziest story ever. Abigail was my first, that I knew, haunted vessel that I'd ever had. But I did have another vessel on the way. Lisa, little Lisa, I'll introduce you to her another day. But Lisa hadn't arrived.
Come inside.
Is that one of you guys? No, nonsense word. Okay, so let me begin with the story. It was my hen do day. So I was getting married to my now husband, and on the day of my hen do, I had a normal daytime hen do that was refined and sophisticated, and then I had my evening one, which is bonkers. We're not talking about the hen do's though. On my hen do, which is a bachelorette party by the way, on my hen do, we went into town before we went for our afternoon tea. And me and my friends, we went to an antique shop. I decided for a laugh to get the GhostTube app and get it out and see of all the dolls and all the teddy bears and all the other artefacts in the antique shop, if any of them would speak to me. Well, one spoke a lot. It was
Nikki.
Yes, that's my name. Who's saying Nikki? Elise. Yes, that's my name. Thanks, Elise. We're talking about my hen do before I got married, Elise. Yes. So, Abigail, this teddy, was in a locked glass cabinet, and she was saying a lot. And back then, I wasn't very good with the rods. I could do it a little bit, and I could use GhostTube, but I knew that a lot of it was nonsense. But I thought, I can't leave this bear alone. She's saying so much, even though a lot of it was quite grumpy. So I bought the bear and took her on my hen do with me. Abigail, you came on my hen do, didn't you? Only for afternoon tea. In between my afternoon tea and my evening do, I had about an hour at home to get changed and get ready. I brought Abigail home.
How old are you?
Someone asking that? No, that's BS. So I began talking to Abigail and finding out who she was. Disclaimer, this is about a story about how Abigail passed. It's not pretty. Not pretty. So I found out that Abigail's name was Abigail. She doesn't like to be called Abby or Abs. I call her that anyway though, because just to wind her up, to be honest. She's 15 years old, aren't you, Abby? Yes, 15. Yep. And you're from a town called Salford. I thought that's unusual because my fiance, now husband, was from Salford. I was like, how did a bear from Salford get to North Yorkshire?
Dark.
I don't know. It is a dark story, yes. So Abigail, 15 years old, from Salford. I found out the year she was born, 1972. That's strange, I thought. My husband was born in 1972. How weird. And then I asked Abby how she passed. And Abby told me, no, this is not pleasant, that she was with a bad influence person and she was doing things that she shouldn't have been doing in a stairwell, and she caught fire and she burned to death. Is that correct, Abby? Yes, I'm very, very sorry. So Abby, at the lovely tender age of 15...
School.
I know, Jovian, I know. Had a very, very traumatic passing. Very traumatic. Abby died in the 80s. I also found out from Abby, apart from how she passed, is that she loved UB40 and all music from the 80s. She also really didn't like me, did you, Abby? Abby did not like me. She was telling me to go away. She was telling me she wanted to go back to the antique shop. She didn't want to be here. She told me I was a fool. She told me I was an idiot. She told me she hated me. I was like, oh no, what happened? Anyway, so I wrote down all the details on a piece of paper and left Abigail on the sofa for
I meant it.
when Jay got home. He could meet her. You meant it. I know you meant it, Abigail. You hated me. Do you still hate me? No. We're friends now, aren't we? Abby really did not like me. Sorry, Abigail. Anyway, so I wrote down all of Abby's details, who she wears, where she's from, how old
How do
she
you
is.
feel?
They don't say that, and that's BS. Okay. Oh, someone flashing the lights. Who's that? Jovian. Okay, Jovian. I'll talk to you in a bit. I wrote all Abby's information down on some paper next to Abby, so when my husband, well, then fiance, could come home, he could see who she was. That's where things get crazy. So this is a story my husband Jay
Come outside.
never told me. Did anyone say that? That's a BS one. This is a story my husband has never once told me in the 16 years that I've known him. He was born in Salford in 1972. When he was 15, he had a paper round. And with the same newsagents, there was another girl
Witchcraft.
called Abigail who had a paper round. Who's saying witchcraft? Yeah, in a bit. Why, you think this story is witchcraft? Well, I think it is a bit magical.
Dark.
It is a dark, magical story. I don't know how it's happened. Wait and listen. So, Jay was on a paper round with a girl, same age as him, and lived in the same place, called Abigail. He heard rumours when he was hanging around with his friends that someone had burned in the stairwell of a block of flats in Salford. So as kids do back in the 80s with their mates, they go and explore what had happened. Jay saw the burn marks on the stairwell of where Abigail had passed.
Touching.
It is a touching story. I had never heard Jay's story before. He had never told me because he thought it was too dark a story to tell me. That as a kid, he went exploring places where people had passed. It's just what you do when you're a kid. You just explore when you hear these legends, and the legends turn out to be true. So Jay, my husband, knew Abigail when they were both teenagers in Salford. I then happened to pick up Abigail so many years later in North Yorkshire as a teddy bear. Now you tell me how crazy that is. How is it that I've got someone Jay knew here sat on my lap? Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. So it is just the craziest story. How on earth Abigail ended up with me, how I was drawn to Abigail, despite the fact that she really didn't like me. And there are reasons why she didn't like me, but I can't go into all of them. But my job is a job that she really doesn't like. Yeah, look at that as a big yes. Abby does not like the job I do. So, as much as Abigail didn't like me, she actually has some powers. Abigail is stuck in perpetual teenager grumpy mode. That's a big yes. She's rude. She swears. She's disrespectful. She is sassy. Sassy. She is grumpy. She is sulky. But we all kind of like her. Abby used to ask for UB40 to be played all the time. Yes, you did. And on the microphones, on the music players, on Amazon Alexa, I would always used to play music for her. But sometimes I'd be like, not right now, Abby. Busy. Not right now. A different time. I know. So Abigail plays music herself on Amazon Alexa, and we come into the room and there'll be UB40 playing. I don't know how she does this. She just does. But you've since gone off UB40, haven't you? You've matured in your taste. Are you liking more modern music now? Yeah. Music is really, really powerful. Looks like we have a visitor. You need music. This is my message for today. Spirits love music. They love music from their time. They love music from where they're from. And they also love modern music and learning new music. And music is really powerful. So if you want to make your spirits happy, have a disco. We love having music discos. And the spirits, once Amazon Alexa is going, is actually really good at choosing their own songs. So they can make their own songs there. But Abby somehow makes it go by herself. 1 second. We've got a cat problem. Restart again.
Upset.
Who said that? Elise, you're upset? Why? Because I got rid of Twix? I don't want her to hurt herself on the rods. I know. We'll let her back in when we're finished. Okay. Where were we? Abigail likes music. Abigail is one of the only spirits I have here that can actually move things. Sometimes she throws things. She throws mugs, she throws pots, she moves things, she chucks things off the mantle. This generally happens when she's angry.
Disgusting.
Did anyone say that? No, it was a BS word. So, out of all the spirits that live here, if something moves, I know it's going to be Abigail. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't worry me, it doesn't frighten me, it doesn't frighten anyone else in the house. We just know that Abigail's having a bad day if something moves.
Cheerful.
Someone say that? Elise. Abigail is more cheerful now. She's mellowed out. We also know that if we smell a burning smoky smell, Abigail's in a bad mood. But you take your safe away now, don't you? Abby likes to go hang out in different rooms when she's angry. But no problem at all. And we really like her, even though she is really, really rude. And she swears. Abigail, is there anything you would like to say? No? Are you happy with how I told your story? Yes. Did I tell it right? Yes. Have you got anything to say to the people at home? No? Have you gone shy?
Dangerous.
Did someone say dangerous? Finley? Are you saying Abby's dangerous? Because she moves things. Ugh. Abby, are you dangerous? Will you ever hurt anyone? Will you ever break anything? No. You just get angry sometimes, don't you? And you know what? If I was a 15-year-old and I had quite a traumatic passing like Abby did, I would be angry too. But she is a child of the 80s, and I love that for you because you had the best time. And if I know right, you didn't go to school, did you? No, you were a bit of a skiver. Bit of a skiver. Well then, anything else you'd like to say? What's the message for today? Is it play music? Yes. And the other message I say is spirits can't do things on demand. Big no. So if I ask Abigail now to throw something or to move something or to make something happen, she wouldn't be able to do it. Most of it is involuntary. And all of it...
Tombstone.
Finny, you agreeing with me? Tombstone, that's a BS word. Yeah. Most of what spirits do is through emotion. So if I ask them to knock 3 times, they won't be able to do it. If I ask them to move something, they won't be able to do it. If I ask them to flash the cat ball or the EMF, they wouldn't be able to do it on demand. It has to be emotional. It has to be reactionary. It has to be led by their emotions and their thoughts. They cannot do things on demand. Well, my spirits can't anyway. So it can be frustrating when I want them to prove themselves to people and they can't. But then as soon as that person goes, they'll get angry or excited and they'll do loads of things.
I want it.
Did someone say that? Finley, what do you want? Do you want to be able to do things on demand? Can you do things on demand? Is that frustrating? Yes. Yeah, I know. Because sometimes you want to prove yourself as well, don't you? That's why the rods are one of the best things I can use, is because they can do that on demand. Big yes. So I think that is the message today. Play music and don't be surprised if spirits don't do things on demand. They've got to feel it, not be told to do it. Am I right, Abs? Abigail. Oh, thank you for listening. I hope you're having a good day. Take care. And remember, you look after those spirits.